boy BlackOG back in for another video, and we're about to kill this right off the bat. Alright, so this is an article by Nikki Marinis or something like that. This is posted last year, and this article is also sent from a subscriber. You know who you are, shout out to you. But anyways, it's not him, it's your unrealistic expectations. Alrighty. So you think you're an idiot, he thinks you're a nutcase, you insist he doesn't understand you, he insists you're a nutcase, get angry and cry, he shrugs his shoulders and assumes it's a personal problem that has nothing to do with him, and chalks it up to you being an overly emotional, irrational nutcase, which sometimes, females can be. I've been let down in the dating world a lot. I bet you have. That's a red flag, guys. If a female says that to you, it just means he's been chasing bad boys. But after much reflection and soul searching, I realize it comes down to expectations. It's not that he's failing to live up to them, that no one can, because they're unreasonable. I guarantee if you relax and stop holding people to ridiculous standards, everyone will be happier. Exactly. If women just tone their standards down, the dating market wouldn't be as trash as it is now. Because a lot of these females have superficial dating standards, and it just eliminates all men, or almost all men, from the dating market. Stop trying to code this behavior. Women trying to interpret what guys do if it means something more. They're simple creatures. When they do or say something you don't really like, I don't really like you, go on of two ways. If you barely know them or give them the benefit of the doubt, then some. You have been with them for years, and little things to say and to do isn't exactly what you want to hear, when and how you want to hear it. If they're an asshole who doesn't understand you, and your relationship is a mess. The chemistry is my 15 years married girlfriend had with a college boyfriend she dated before her husband was electric, but she told me that the first time they attempted to take things beyond out of the roommate's couch, he couldn't rise to the occasion, as it were. Up until the point, they didn't seem to be any issue. They had to pry themselves off each other. It's kind of sad when you think about that, man. She had a million explanations. He's stressed out about school. He has exams coming. He's tired of studying all day. He has a heart problem, so maybe he has blood pressure issues. Turns out he didn't find her all that attractive. Even admitted she was not super hot to him, which certainly would make it hard to get turned on. When it comes to a long-term relationship, however, forget the benefit of the doubt. You immediately get upset and assume he's callous and doesn't really care about you. But yet these females are loyal to these guys, so they stay with these guys. As they left the hotel, he said, you don't need to spend an hour doing your hair and makeup. You're already an 8 in sweatpants. Why bother spending an hour for another 2 points? She burst into tears and sobbed. I spend time making myself look good for you and don't even appreciate all that makeup and stuff. Now, when females do that, they're probably doing it for attention or for somebody else. So be aware of that, guys. And if you think it's okay to just walk out the door without a second thought for I lost my place for a quick second. For a second thought of how you look, then you don't care about yourself or your parents, and you're taking our relationship for granted, just like a lot of women do. And you're going to stop making an effort with everything. She said the look on his face was priceless. Her husband said she looked good without trying hard. That's a compliment, right? Yes, any rational woman would agree. Yeah, but this female took it to a whole nother level. probably because she wanted to go out and get attention from men or a certain man, and yeah. But she heard something completely different, got insulted, and concluded that their entire relationship was in jeopardy. That's crazy, right? Yes. Truthfully, I blame Hollywood. Why would you blame yourself? Please, that's just ridiculous. Which brings me to the next point. Accept that your life is not a romantic comedy. And this is what a lot of females need to realize is they just think life is a romantic comedy or a freaking fairy tale. Thanks to the lame movies, we have a completely warped sense of relationships are what relationships are supposed to look like. The climax of any romantic comedy and a scenario of any woman love to experience firsthand. Sadly we live in reality, but have to, but yet to have accepted. Ain't that the truth? And this goes for men too sometimes, but definitely women. Ladies, it's time to wake up. Your best friend since elementary school, from whom you suddenly realize you have feelings beyond relationship, is not going to show up at your door in the pouring rain of the eve of his wedding to tell you he's in love with you and not his perfectly lovely fiance who recognized him for an amazing guy he is from the mention she met him. And yeah, exactly. Females expect the super giga Chads and Tyrones to come do this for them, and not just average men or just men in general. Your heartless ex boyfriend who you thought was the one until he dumped you for the receptionist is not going to chase you in an airport to catch you before you fly off to meet the guy you've been Skyping with for 6 months. Nah, he's just gonna leave your ass, run through more trains of women like he always does, and they're all gonna be left feeling the same way that she does. If only, but I guarantee at some point there was a guy who bought you flowers or wrote you a love letter, sticky note that says I love you counts, or put some thought into a date he planned for you. Why isn't that good enough? Yeah, because those type of guys don't turn women on anymore. Unfortunately, you gotta be a savage with these females. Hollywood, it's hard to accept that our lives will never resemble what plays out on TV. Thanks to a team of producers, script writers, actors, they all look happy. Everything always works out in the end. But that's also not how real life is. And yeah, I guarantee no matter who you are or who you're dating, your life will never look like the TV show you watch religiously on your couch in your PJs with a thin crust of pizza in the bottle, pink a gringo live, tweeting, running commentary with your friends. And this is the rest of it. I'm gonna check out some of the responses. You can finish the article if you want. I'll go back. There it is. My only caveat has about listening to what he's saying. This is so true, and I 100% blame Disney. Rom-coms, no one is going to be perfect, but neither are we. Exactly, Carrie. And females need to realize that, but they don't want to realize that. They would rather play the hope strategy of getting the Chad or Tyrone, or the child support strategy, or even the abortion strategy that I talked about in one of my previous videos. I think most relationships, intense ones, always harbor the push-pull dynamic, where we tend to air out our insecurities and fight to have our value appreciated. It's a rare thing to be with someone and not to want to change a few things about. I'm not going to read the full comments, but yes, this is really good. I kind of wish my couple girlfriends would read it. But yeah, articles like this is what should be going viral. Women like this should be teaching females, but it doesn't go with the mainstream agenda, so it's bad.